Good evening, everyone. Kalla here. Welcome to my live stream. Glad you could make it today. So today we will be continuing with Cupid Parasite. Still on the common route. I think we've got a fair bit to go. So let's try and help the Parasite 5, huh? It seems like they really need it. Hello Nick, hello April. My day so far has been fine. Thank you for asking. How are you? Alright, so oh yes, this was it. They wanted it was the ad agency had come by and were a little bit worried. That's it. Hopefully no more fighting OBS. Yes, fingers crossed. This might be the first stream of this game that doesn't get broken. Fingers crossed. Alright. As I got out of the elevator, I saw a nervous-looking man standing there. He was alone in the lobby. That must be the agency manager. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Are you from the advertising agency?
はい、そうですが。あなたがトップブライダルアドバイザーで社長から直接仕事を頼まれたって人ですか？
I'm not sure why we don't have background music at the moment. That's right, I'm Lynette Mirror.
よかった。ちょうど良さそうだ。
I'll do fine for what? Huh? Do what just fine?
とにかく緊急事態です。
There we go, now we've got background music. A huge emergency? What the? Without explanation, the manager quickly led me away. He gave me a jacket and a pair of glasses, apparently as a disguise, and then the Happy Forest Cafe? We soon arrived at a cafe near the office. It was a regular destination of mine.
いいですか。これから社長の会食があるんですが、いい感じに話を合わせてください。いいですね。
A business lunch with the president, but what am I doing here?
CC のイメージアップ作戦です。今朝のニュース見たでしょ。
Oh no! Oh no! He doesn't want me to pretend to be Mr. Snail's wife, does he? I bet he does. I did see the news, but what's that got to do with me? I didn't have the first clue what this was about, but the manager just kept pushing me along. The president looked quite surprised to see me. Obviously, he didn't know I would be there.
なぜお前が
サプライズですよ、サプライズ。さ、会食を始めましょう。
I had no choice but to sit next to Mr. Snail. Yeah, that is definitely what the ad agency guy's thinking, right? The ad manager sat directly across from me, a look of desperation plastered on his face. So he wants me to help improve our image somehow, but why did I have to wear a disguise?
彼女がキューピッドコーポレーションの誇るトップブライダルアドバイザーです。どうぞご挨拶を。
Well, my name is Lynette Mirror, and it's true that I'm the top bridal advisor at Cupid Parasite. It's very nice to meet you.
ああどうもロサンヨーク TV のプロデューサーですね
And maybe that wasn't his plan. Okay, we have a TV producer. Wow, really? So you must work on shows like News 1 to 10 and Today's Funny News, right?
おやご存知ですかそれは嬉しいね
I think everyone who lives in Lost York has heard of you. I had no idea what was going on, but I figured I may as well just smile and go with it. I've been thrown into a meeting between their company president and a TV producer without any warning. Oh no. What is the plan here?
おお、それはなかなか面白そうです。
Okay, those glasses look good on her. Apparently, Mr. Snail had said something to catch the producer's attention. Smile and wave, yes. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Right? I got the impression they were trying to put together some kind of TV show to boost Cupid Core's image. The news report that morning had focused on declining marriage rates, along with some of our more unusual members. I guess that's why the president himself had agreed to meet with the media and was trying so hard to impress this producer. I had no idea Mr. Snail was involved in things like this. I always figured the ad agency took care of all of that. Of course, I'd always known that he had founded Cupid Core when he was a student, and worked hard to get it where it was today. I'm sure he can do pretty much whatever he puts his mind to. In which case, I should do whatever I can to help make this a success too. After all, our members' potential for success is directly tied to the company's reputation. If I can do my part now, it should lead directly to more connections between humans.
では、御社のキューピッドシステムを使えば必ずうまくいくと？ええ。ですが、そんなにうまくいくもんですかね。縁結びを機械でやれたなんて失敗しません？
そこは現場の人間の腕が確かですから。
That's right, there's really nothing to worry about. We integrate even the tiniest details to reflect trends and culture as well. And since we design the system and maintain it internally, we can always refine it at a moment's notice. Social media trends, new online slang, the smallest things can be fed into it so we can find the perfect match for each member. This is a very serious computer system, huh?
へえ、SNS のトレンドまでね。じゃあ、そこにいるアドバイザーさんは一体何のためにいるんですか？
Feels like he's being rude. The producer looked directly at me and gave me a smile that had a bit of an edge to it. But frankly, I get this kind of question all the time. Some members try to use it as an excuse to get a membership discount. Ultimately, we have no way of knowing exactly what people are thinking, so we need people on site to make minor adjustments.
細かな調整？
Well, for example, some people try to pretend they're someone they're not, and some just flat out lie.
確かにそうだな。
This is where the companies sell their personal effects to. Maybe. In those cases, they have hidden motivations, preferences, or tastes that we can't uncover unless we talk with them personally. We observe how their eyes move during a conversation, when they take sips of water, all the tiny moment-to-moment details. People have unconscious habits that a machine can't pick up on. We're there to support and supplement the Cupid system. We calculate the most compatible partner, then take our personal experience and knowledge to provide additional advice.
はあ、そこまで手間をかけてるとは。でも大変じゃないです？
What are you getting at, mister? It can be, sure, but our goal is to help as many people as possible come to know the pure joy of married life. Of course, we don't just push them to get married. That just leads to short marriages. More people than ever are getting divorced. Her objective is to provide the sort of matchmaking that can nurture a long and happy post-marriage life.
なるほど。いやはやおみそれしました。そこまで考えていたとは思いませんでした。さすがプロですね。
I still want to know why I'm here in disguise. I'm just glad you took the time to hear us out.
いやー、このような優秀な人員が現場にいれば社長も安心ですな。
ええ、私も助かっています。彼女のような意欲の高い社員がいれば周囲も感化され、より良いサービスを皆様にお届けできますから。
Huh? I had no idea the president saw me that way, and I couldn't hide my surprise, which slowly turned into a satisfied smile. I never would have guessed that's how Mr. Snail felt.
結婚生活といえば CC は結婚式場も併設されていますよね。次はそれについて聞きたいんですが。
They have an on-site wedding chapel? Huh. The president Words. Try that one again. The president thoughtfully answered each of the producer's questions. Here and there, I added details based on the prevailing opinions of people in the field. The meeting seemed to be going smoothly. One hour later. We finished eating and lunch finally came to an end.
では、そういうわけで。いやー、いい話が聞けてよかったですよ。
The producer seemed to have relaxed quite a bit. He stuck out his hand, and Mr. Snail gave it a firm shake.
こちらこそ大変素晴らしい時間を過ごさせていただきました。
Yes, it was an honor getting to speak with you.
じゃ、また。
The producer gave us one final wave and slipped into the busy city crowd. After a moment, the ad agency manager suddenly reappeared in front of us.
お疲れ様です。話いい感じで盛り上がってましたね。
アンソニー先輩、どこに行っていたんですか？
Yeah, I thought this was a business lunch with us and the ad agency guy, not the TV producer
い
guy.
やまあ、ちょっとやらなきゃいけないことがありましてね。でも大丈夫ですよ。話はバッチリ聞いてましたから。
I'm not sure I like how his name here is Anthony ? That seems so sus. Did the stream just go down? Nope. Okay, it looks like it's okay. For a second, it was doing the little loading thing on my preview. I was like, oh no, did it happen again? But no, it seems to be okay. All right.
あなたもありがとね。これ、私の名刺。今後ともよろしく。
He shoved his business card at me. It said, Anthony Duff, manager of the world-famous Omnicom Advertising Group.
さて、御社のイメージアップ作戦、頑張りますよ。それでは。
It looks like I'm not fighting ABS. Nope. Hopefully. Mr. Duff quickly departed, leaving me alone with Mr. Snail and feeling somewhat confused about everything that had just happened. I wonder why Mr. Snail was so formal with him, and also a campaign to help boost our image. Interesting. So that lunch was to try and sell that producer on some kind of TV show? But why did I have to be involved? And why did I have to be in disguise? Normally that would be a discussion for the agency manager and the company president to have by themselves.
リネット。
I looked at the president when he spoke my name. He looked back with a calm, gentle expression.
今日は助かった。 急に彼に連れてこられたんだろう。業務中すまなかったな。
Yeah, do you have an explanation as to why that happened, Mr. Snail, sir? Mr. Snail expressed his thanks so earnestly, I couldn't help but smile. Which one do I choose? Glad I could help. Or it's all part of it. During precious business hours. I mean, it was a work-related thing, right? It's better than him dragging me out on my own time, right? And I assumed since it was a lunch meal, I got lunch out of it. Glad I could help. It was nothing. I'm just glad I could help.
私ではあそこまで現場の話や会員に寄り添った考えは話せないからな。お前がいてくれてよかった。
Listening to him talking, Mr. Snail showed a level of happiness I'd rarely seen from him. The thought that I really did help somehow made me happy too.
しかし普段と雰囲気が違うが、その服装はどうしたんだ？
Mr. Duff made me wear it. I guess I'll have to give it back to him later.
着せられた。一体なぜ？
I have no idea. Maybe he thought I should be dressed more professionally since it was a business lunch and all?
そうか。だが似合っているな。
Thanks, I think. Oh, you think so?
まあ、かなりいい。
Is he blushing? Are you blushing, Mr. Snail? Whoa! What's with the hearts? Along with a rare compliment, the president revealed an equally rare smile. Thinking about it, I realized that was the first time I'd worn a jacket like that in front of him.
何にせよ迷惑をかけたな。実は彼は私の大学時代の先輩なんだが、強引なところがあってな。
Yeah, a college friend, huh?
今日の会食も今朝のニュースを見ていきなり組まれたことだったんだ。
Oh, that's right. That was a pretty strange report they did on today's funny news.
なあ、先輩は CC の宣伝をよく考えてくれるいい担当者ではあるんだが、目的のためには手段を選ばないところがあってな。
The end justifies the means.
まさかお前を巻き込むとは思わなかった。だがおかげで会食はうまくいった。ありがとう。
I was surprised at the gentle smile he flashed at me. I couldn't remember him ever smiling like that before. It made me realize that normally when he smiled, it was pretty much just for PR purposes. I think this might be the only time I've ever seen him smile outside of things like magazine spreads. Wow. He looks so much younger when he smiles. It's easy to forget he's only 32 years old. He always seems so calm and collected, but I'm realizing that maybe he's been struggling on his own this whole time.
ああ、仕事のメールだ。オフィスに戻らなければな。今日は助かった。引き続きパラサイト5を頼むぞ。
He glanced at his watch as he hurried out of the cafe. The president really never gets to take a break, I guess. I should head back too. I need to get ready for the meeting tomorrow. I have a meeting with the Parasite 5 tomorrow. I'm hoping I can find a few possible matches for them before then. 32 and as grey as can be. Yeah, clearly running this company has aged him. Only 32, says the 1,000-year-old goddess. Right. Right. Is it only 1,000 years though? I think it might be more. I took off the jacket and glasses and headed back to the office. I stepped through the automatic doors. As I passed reception, a woman I'd never met suddenly materialized in front of me. Like, actually materialized in front of you, or just you suddenly happened to see her, because there's a bit of a difference between those two things. Yeah.
かわいいブライダルアドバイザーさんじゃない。私、この人にお願いすることにするわ。
Huh? Like how Lynette's response was like the same as mine there, like, huh?
お客様、お待ちください。担当はシステムで決めることになっておりまして。そんな面倒な手続きですの？私は気に入った人としか話したくないのだけれど。
Is this Minerva in disguise? Maybe. Maybe it is Minerva in disguise.
ですが彼女は今手が空いていないものでして。
But it could turn out to be like Venus in disguise or something, right? Wait, didn't I already suggest that for one of the other ladies we've seen?
可愛い上に人気者のブライダルアドバイザーさんなのね。素敵だわ。そうなんです。ですのでひとまずこちらで受付を。名前はキャサリン・スペード。職業は家事手伝いですわ。
A professional domestic worker. Catherine Spade.
私、モテるので本当は婚活は必要ないのよ。たまたま今はフリーなだけですから。たまたま。
Wait, so you're just here for entertainment purposes? Lady? I'm sorry, but I have my hands full of people who aren't good with people.
ではこちらのシートにご記入をお願いいたします。ミラーさん、ここは任せて行ってください。
Okay, thanks. Well, if you'll excuse me.
またね。かわいいかわいいキューピッドさん。
Okay. Either this is a complete coincidence, or that's a goddess in disguise. Catherine happily waved her hand. Yeah, Catherine happily waved her hand. Wow, seeing handkerchief written down throws me off on how to pronounce it. Catherine happily waved her handkerchief at me. What an old woman. But to be honest, she looks kind of familiar. As I tried to recall where I might have seen her before, I quickly turned around and nearly ran into yet another new member. Ah! Oh, this is the cute girl from last time, right? Melanie. Melanie!
ごめんなさい。いつ話しかけたらいいかわからなくて。
Were you listening that whole time?
はい。すごい人ですね。自信があってお綺麗で。
Melanie was staring at Catherine with big puppy dog eyes.
素敵な結婚できるのはきっとああいう人だけなんですよね。
No, Melanie, you'll be fine! You'll be fine, Melanie! Don't put yourself down like that. You'll be fine. You're cute. And there she goes again with that intense self-depreciation. No, deprecation, isn't it? Deprecation. Melanie's not unattractive. She could just use a confidence boost. And maybe some fashion tips. And she'd be a total cutie. Guiding the lost lambs back to the flock is the job of any good goddess. I mean bridal advisor. I need to find someone compatible for her. But in her case, it's also my duty to plant seeds of confidence to blossom into love. Together, I'm sure we can do this. I'm going to do everything I can to help you. By the way, what did you think of the cafe?
あ、コーヒー美味しかったです。話しかけてくれた方もいたのですが、うまく話せなくて。オーウェンさんもすごく親切にいろいろ教えてくれて、その。
Everyone was very nice. Melanie looked down bashfully. I smiled at her, trying to get her to feel at ease. I led her to one of the lobby couches. I let her tell me all about her time at the cafe. Apparently, Owen showed her all around the rest of the company as well. I gave her some advice about conversation icebreakers, and made sure she was smiling again before we said our goodbyes. Seriously, can we pair her with Owen? Because they seem to get along pretty well. When she was gone, I started brainstorming a possible matchmaking process to help improve her odds of success. Time passes. After work. I was walking home alone, as usual. Phew, what a day. I'd replied to all of the Parasite 5 messages, consulted with Melanie, and had a surprise business lunch with Mr. Snail. Not to mention finalising the meet with the Parasite 5 tomorrow. I really hope everything goes smoothly. Well, I mean, it's the Parasite 5, I'm not sure everything is going to go smoothly. Making my way home, I kept thinking about what kind of woman might make a good wife for each of them. Gil is super picky, so I need to show him as many candidates as possible to get a sense of what his preferences actually are. For Monsieur S, I need to keep messaging him and find out what marriage really means to him, and hopefully get him to come in. With Ryuki, I should focus on women who know all about beauty, but I don't want them to feel like they're competing with each other. As for Raoul, he doesn't really want to get married, he just wants to learn about love. I should find someone with similar interests. If they can just hit it off from there, that might be enough to develop into a proper relationship. Raoul did mention how he got slapped once though, so conversations about personal interests might get kind of risky. I still want to know what he said about mythology that made a fellow mythology nerd slap him across the face. like what kind of a theory did he come up with for that? Even if they have similar interests, small misunderstandings like that could turn into a major blowout. Meanwhile, Alan's problem is Alan. There isn't really a right member for him. I need him to adjust his preferences somehow. That goes for everyone, actually. They're not ready for relationships as is. They refuse to even listen to our lectures. Maybe he was talking about Zeus's exploits in too much detail. Maybe. I turned to social media in the hopes of some new inspiration. Ever since the HQH incident, searching for #Cupid on Instagram had become part of my daily routine. Let's see if anyone's talking about #Cupid today. As usual, there are lots of posts. Even after that ad campaign ended, #Cupid caught on, and people still use it all the time. Feeling reinvigorated, I began scrolling through the posts. All of a sudden, a certain article caught my eye. The article's title was Cupid Prez wife finally caught on film. Yep, I was right. I was right. He put me in disguise so that he could pretend I was Mr. Snail's wife. I was right. I wonder what she's like. It was from some crummy tabloid, but I still couldn't contain my curiosity. But when I clicked through to the article, I nearly dropped my phone. What the heck? The photo in the article showed the president at the Happy Forest Cafe. In other words, it was from our lunch today. There was also a shot of someone from behind. The woman they claimed was his wife was actually me. Yes, I'm pretty sure that the ad guy went and contacted a tabloid to do some typical tabloid things. Wait, a share house? Did that say share house? I don't want a share house with the Parasite 5, please. The next morning, I marched straight to Mr. Snail's office. Mr. Snail, tell me you're not okay with this.
Lynette, 一体何が?
Look at this. I showed him the article I'd found on my way home yesterday. I'd say this is a photo of your wife. The president was clearly just now learning about the article. He made no attempt to hide his shock.
これは昨日の会食の時のか。一体誰が勝手にこんな写真を。
I'm pretty sure who would take such a picture is someone who wants a massive scoop, but you know.
すまない。お前に迷惑かけるとは。
Well, I was in disguise and the picture is from behind, so nobody would know it's me. Aside from your bubblegum pink hair. But isn't your wife going to be mad?
私の妻が怒る。
I do like how Lynette's first thought is, isn't your wife going to be mad about this? It's like, that's perfectly reasonable. Yeah, of course. If I was her and I saw an article about me and the picture wasn't even me, I'd be furious. For her sake, I'd say you should try to get this photo taken down as soon as possible.
奥様のために。
Yeah, he hasn't even thought about this because he doesn't even have a wife. Yes, you do care about her, right? I'm like really tempted to go for his route. Because I want to see what happens when Lynette finds out the CRS is him. Because that's going to be so much fun. He gave a serious nod, but for some reason he also seemed a bit sad. Mr. Snail?
すまない。いや、なかなか想像できないというか。
Trying to imagine how that conversation went. No, Nick, I'm only doing one route on stream. That's something I always decided for these. Does your wife not care about things like this?
それなんだが。
That's a complicated question. Yes, it's a complicated question because your wife isn't real. Also, yes, that's true. It wouldn't be a lie that she's his wife if we do his route right. Even if it didn't make her mad, I'm sure she wouldn't like it. Worst case scenario, she might think you're cheating on her.
Lucky.
Mr. Snail, are you feeling okay? He seemed disoriented, and I asked the question again. He just stared at me and started breaking out into a cold sweat.
実はお前にはそろそろ言おうと思っていたんだが。
Oh, is he?
愛妻家という話は。
He's actually gonna tell us? Huh. Yeah. It's just a personal rule of mine, because I don't want... I'd feel bad about playing the whole thing on stream. And in part because a lot of it, after the first route, ends up being a lot of skipping. So, like, I don't think it would be a good idea to play more than one, personally. Is he going to... Yeah, he's going to tell us he's not a husband, is he?
社長、大変です。
Oh, Owen! Yep, you're exactly after all. He got interrupted right at that point. Owen?
ノックぐらいしたらどうだ。
Mr. Snail is getting a headache.
申し訳ございません。緊急事態でして。
Major emergency. What's the matter?
それが今日面談予定でいらしていたパラサイト5を間違って女性会員様にご紹介してしまい。
So what you're saying is the Parasite 5 are running amok downstairs and I need to go and stop them.
それで今下が大騒ぎになっているんです。
Yep, that is what you're telling me. What? Alright, let's go put some fires out. I followed Owen down to the lobby to see what was happening. The women were so agitated, I couldn't make my way through them. Yes, I do need to save the women from the Parasite 5.
あなたたちフリーの女に興味ないとか過去の女が忘れられないとか頭湧いてるんじゃないの？
Oh no.
ごめんね。でも恋して
き合う気はないんだ。
ごめん、俺も努力はしてるんだけど、どうしてもあの子以外の人と付き合う気になれなくて。
俺の見解ではロズウェル事件は UFO 相当というよりも現代のラグナロクではないかと。
Okay, now that's a weird take, Raoul. That's a weird take.
というかここに来るなら最低限の身だしなみぐらいしたら。
Alan's the one you like the least, Nick. Same. Hard same.
してるわよ。私はおしゃれが趣味だし、雑誌モデルもしてるんだから。
その程度で話にもならないね。
Ryuki, please shut your mouth.
なんなのこいつら。こんな会員さっさと辞めさせない獅子も信じらんないわ。
あ、そうやって人のせいにするからあんたはそんな顔してるんだよ。どうせモテないのも他人のせいにして。
I'm so sorry. I put myself between the crowd and the Parasite 5, doing my best to apologize. This is all one big misunderstanding. There must have been a scheduling mix-up. I'm coaching these members right now. They were absolutely not supposed to meet with you. If you'd like, we can connect you with some of our other members.
もういいわよ。変なミストで顔びしゃびしゃになっちゃったし。
次来る時はもっとマシな男を用意してちょうだい。
No, no. Really, truly sorry. I continued to bow profusely and ushered the women away. After they disappeared, I turned back to the Parasite 5, but...
UFO は宇宙人の乗り物だと言われているけれど、俺としてはあれは神の乗り物じゃないかって思うんだよ。壁画にもそれらしいものが。
I mean, okay, Raoul, okay. Okay. I mean, I'd go with the opposite theory, personally. In that the gods are aliens, rather than aliens are the gods, but I guess. Definitely not taking that from Stargate. No, I'm definitely not.
警査員くん、何してるの？
爪の手入れ。俺が悪かったのか。いやでも理想の女性を聞かれたら当然ああ言わざるを得なかったし。
Gil, you need to learn to lie. Huh? Just a little bit. Parasite 5 have shown no signs of changing. Shot a pointed look at the president who had followed after me. Ancient Aliens is all that as well. I have watched that. Some of it. Mr. Snail, do you really think these people can get married? Also, finally, all of Parasite 5 here together. Well, I mean, I guess he was there at the previous meeting, but you know. One of them even sent a representative, right? If he actually wanted to get married, he'd be here himself. Cough, cough, hint, hint. He knows I'm talking about him.
私のクライアントは本当に忙しい人ですので。
But he's not willing to commit to a normal married life either, right? So why would he want to get married in the first place?
それはおそらく
あー、スネイル君、ちょうどよかった。
Oh, you! Mr. Advertising Agency dude. As members were leaving, Mr. Duff from our advertising agency announced his presence.
どうしたんですか？
昨日会食したテレビ局のプロデューサーからキューピッドコーポレーションを扱う特集番組をやりたいと提案をもらったんですよ。
As long as this TV show does not involve the Parasite 5 in any way, then it will be good publicity. Seriously?
ええ、あなたのおかげですよ、ミラーさん。
Why me?
昨日のお話が相当お気に召したみたいでね、早速特集内容を考えてくださったんですよ。
He handed me a piece of paper. It described a plan for 5 episodes, 1 per week, 30 minutes each, airing at midnight. 5 episodes.
1回程度かと思いましたが、随分と扱いが大きいんですね。
その代わり一つ条件があります。見栄えのいい会員を数名選んで出してほしいんです。
Members who will look good on camera, huh? On camera?
いい会員ですか？
I couldn't help but look over at the Parasite 5. I could still hear them rambling on about random topics like pillows and ancient mythology. I told them I wanted to meet with them, so they were sitting there waiting for me. Putting them on TV would cause all kinds of problems, though. Okay, so what's the point of getting a bunch of people that look good on camera?
シェアハウスですよ、シェアハウス。ほら、よくあるでしょ。年頃の男女がシェアハウスで愛を育むやつ。
Reality TV time!
シェアハウスという名の婚活強化合宿をしてその様子をテレビで生配信。どうです？最高にクールでしょう。
I think this is a terrible idea. Well, I guess so.
ミラーさん、あなたも出るんですよ。トップブライダルアドバイザーとしてね。
Why me? Wait, me?
そりゃそうですよ。これは CC のための宣伝ですから。婚活男女 CC のトップブライダルアドバイザーがサポートしていく。どうです？
確かにそれは注目を浴びそうですね。 CC のいい宣伝にもなります。
でしょう？
何？君テレビに出る。
Oh no! Get back over there, Alan! Alan, get back over there! Do not come over here! That hasn't been decided yet.
彼は
Oh no, he's been seen.
ああ、彼は CC の会員です。婚活中ですが、彼女に指導を受けているところでして。
Snail, don't tell him that! Snail, no!
あそこにいるのも全員そうだよ。
Alan, shut up! No!
あそこにって、あれは俳優のラウル・アコニット。ラウル・アコニットにあの可愛い感じの少年とあのイケメンも婚活中なんですか？
Look, Mr. Duff. They might look good, but they're all not the sorts of people we want advertising our company.
え
Well, that's not exactly.
そうです。
Owen! If he realizes they're all trying to get married, he'll try to exploit them for his show. I am not okay with that. Actually, they're all currently undergoing some special coaching, so they're not on the open market, as it were.
ねえねえ君たち、テレビに出ない？シェアハウス企画なんだけど。
He's already talking to them. No, wait, please, they're not.
シェアハウス、それって彼女としばらく一緒に暮らせるってこと？
やります。
No.
新しい稽古？へえ、面白そうだな。マネージャーにも確認しとくよ。
今メッセージで確認しましたが、クライアントもぜひにと。参加は代理の私になりますが。
Owen, make your client actually do it himself. If he's gonna rope me into it, he better actually be there.
じゃあ決まりだね。
Everyone, what about your normal jobs?
俺はフリーエディターだから仕事は家でできるし、いくらでも時間の都合はつけられるよ。
僕もデザインできればどこでもいい。
Yeah, okay, you two will work from home, I guess.
俺はまあ日中店に行ければ夜とか他の空いた時間は自由だよ。
俺も今は新作の稽古に集中しろってマネージャーに言われてるし平気だよ。
That is really fast for your agent to agree to this role.
決まりだね。いやー忙しくなってきた。シェアハウスの場所の選定もしなきゃだし。
Don't you also have to find ladies?
一番街にある私の別邸を提供しましょう。
Of course, the rich guy has a second home.
それは予算も減らせるし助かるや。じゃあまた後日企画書をお送りします。よろしくお願いしますね。
He's already gone.
久しぶりのルームシェア、楽しみだね、リネット。
シェアハウスには映画ローマやトローイ、ザ・ヘラークレスを持っていくよ。よければ一緒に神話討論を。
いやー、なんだか今日の面談を頑張る気になってきたよ。よろしくね、アドバイザーさん。
よろしく。
Is Ryuki actually into this? He's always struck me as the least motivated, but he didn't reject the plan. That alone makes me think there's something to being part of this show. Well, this beats my plan of giving them another coaching session anyway. They really are the Cupid Corporation's most attractive members. It's a great advertisement opportunity for the company, for sure, as long as they don't say something stupid on live TV. Actually, no, wait, it's not live. That's fine. We can edit out their stupidity. Even the president himself is excited about this. How can I say no? Easily, you just say no. Raoul is a professional actor, and Ryuki should be fine as long as we have a humidifier. I just have to make sure nothing happens while we're live. Okay, we will be live. Okay. I'll have to coach them while the cameras are off. Worst case scenario, I'll need to prep a script. This should be fine. She's like, I don't think this is gonna be fine, Lynette. It'll be okay. It's going to be okay. I hope. You really think they'll edit out embarrassing stuff and we'll get the show noticed by more people? Yeah, okay. Who are the poor ladies that are gonna get roped into this, though? and thus the collaboration between Lost York TV and the Cupid Corporation began. Everything was so hectic that I completely forgot my picture showed up in a tabloid article claiming I was the president's wife. Anyway, Parasite House was all set to... Parasite House. Parasite House. Anyway, Parasite House was all set to premiere. A matchmaking show starring the Parasite 5... Say, Clarice, is there any chance you might want to be on TV? I'd gone to Two Red Hens earlier and bought a slice of their world-famous cheesecake to help grease the wheels.
テレビ？それってもしかして例のロサンヨーク TV とのコラボのやつ？うちの女性会員使うんじゃなかったの？
Well, that was the initial plan, but they all backed out. Surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, each and every one of them had rejected my offer. Every single female member. Wow. The reputation of the Parasite 5 precedes them, I suppose. They either didn't want people to know they were trying to get married, didn't want the publicity, or just didn't like the men. Raoul's agent also asked I not include any of his fans. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. The air date has already been set, but we still don't have anyone other than the initial 5 guys. So how about it? I bet the show would get pretty exciting with you there.
興味ないかな?
Figured as much. Back when Clarice was working part-time at Cutie's Diner, she'd get recruiters trying to convince her to model all the time. Oh yeah, Clarice is pretty. I should have known she'd turn me down. Still, it hurt to see her... Nope. It hurt to hear her say no without hesitation.
というか、あなたは出るんでしょ? ならそれでいいじゃない。
I'm supposed to be giving them matchmaking advice. I think we need some ladies for them to talk to. I'm only as a bridal advisor. The show is about matchmaking. Someone's got to make it possible for matches to be made.
あら、アドバイスしてくれるアドバイザーさんに恋しちゃう番組でも十分盛り上がると思うけど。
Clarice, stop trying to get your best friend a harem. But if the bridal advisor doesn't do her job and falls in love instead, there'd be no end to the complaints.
そうかしら?
Yes, I do! Please, Clarice, come on! I have to move into the share house by tomorrow! Do it and I'll treat you to a huge duck burger!
あなたにおごってもらわなくてもいくらでも食べさせてくれる男がいるし。
Okay, then how about I do all the chores for a month?
私結構家事するの好きなのよね。ギルがいなくなった時に必死こいて覚えたから。
Then how about a free massage ticket from me to you?
普通にエステ行くわよね。
Sorry, I guess that's true.
頑張ってね。
Operation Recruit Clarice has failed. Despite the delicious cheesecake, depression overwhelmed me. Tomorrow's the move-in, but there's a week until the first episode. I hope I can find someone on such short notice. Yeah, Lynette is gonna be, like, the only woman in the house, isn't she? I thought about it while I was eating, and I decided that if worst came to worst, I could just ask one of our female staffers. That's what you just tried doing with Clarice. Plus, all of the female staff at this in the entire corporation know the reputation of Parasite 5. Cheesecake is still a win, yes. The next day.
ここでいいですか?
Is this the share house? The production staff generously provided a moving service so we could bring a month's supply of necessities to the share house.
ああ、うん。適当に置いといて。
So they're in the share house for a month.
あ、これはこっちに置いて。
Wow, that thing is pretty big. What is it?
酸素カプセル。
A what now? He really has no limits when it comes to beauty. If he's holding himself to such a high standard, I'm 100% sure he has sky-high expectations for his future partner too. The other day he even mentioned that he thought a certain magazine model was hideous. I want to adjust his perspective as quickly as I can, but I'm just not sure how to go about it. Then again, is it all right to meddle with his beliefs? If I don't, he'll probably have major problems in any marriage.
うわ、何あれ。
I noticed a frown on Ryuki's face. I turned to see what he was looking at and immediately froze up. Raoul, what the heck? Raoul, what? 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 His face back there. Let's see Lynette's face. What is he doing? What's with this statue?
あー、ミラさん、これここに置いていいかな?
What is that?
もちろん、ネプチューンの像だよ。
Why? You hope that's hello, otherwise Raoul is seriously muscular. Yes, that's true. If he can carry a statue like that, that's like life size, just over his shoulder, it's like, where do you work out, sir? This is supposed to be Neptune? My situation is a little different, but Neptune is a man in both myth and reality. But this definitely looks like a woman. Come to think of it, this statue kind of looks like my Aunt Minerva.
どう? 君のイメージに合ってる?
Personally, I think he should be much bigger and way more muscular.
でも俺、確かに見たんだよ。ボルトマーのネプチューン祭りで。ねえ、ギル。
Neptune Festival.
いや、俺は見てないけど、そんな飾りあったっけ？
飾りじゃなくて本物だよ。本当のネプチューンに俺は会ったんだ。
Yeah, you definitely saw Aunt Minerva on a trip. This looks way too much like my aunt. Maybe she actually went to the festival.
というわけで、ここにネプチューン像を置いておくね。これできっと津波から守ってもらえるよ。
Alright.
そのブサイクな像邪魔なんだけど、せめて自分の部屋に置いてよ。
Rude? Aunt Minerva's not disgusting.
え、ダメ?
ご飯一緒に食べたいんだけど。
Kind of wondering what Raoul's house looks like at this point. Like, are there more statues?
ここだと撮影に入る。部屋に入れてくれ。
Thank you, Mr. Snail.
残念。
Raoul simply shrugged his shoulders and thankfully moved the statue to his room. Next door to him, Ryuki was busy setting up his humidifier and prepping all his beauty equipment. Alan was, naturally, already hitting on some of the female movers. Gil was in the kitchen inspecting all of the silverware and cooking utensils, basically acting like a classic housewife. Can they actually make a show with these guys? And there's still the problem of the lack of female participants. Also, I need to finish moving my stuff in. I hold my luggage up to the still empty women's room. How many rooms does this house have, and just how rich is Mr. Snail? Later that night, Helen and Gil, who were rooming with Raoul, started screaming at the sight of his grim statue. I suppose if I woke up in the middle of the night and saw a statue, I might mistake it for something. Parasite House Live. I will be right back. I just need to go get another drink. And I'm back. Eventually, the preparation period came to an end. By the day of recording, we'd somehow managed to get 5 of our female members to agree to be on the show. Oh, we do have female members. I thought we had everything sorted out, but when it was time for the cameras to roll, none of those members had actually shown up to the share house. Oh no! Oh no! So we managed to get some girls, but now they're not coming. We're supposed to go live today. Did they all just happen to have some kind of last-minute emergency? I tried calling each one of them, but nobody picked up. What am I gonna do?
何かあったのですか?
None of the women are here, and I can't get in touch with any of them.
ああ、その者たちならば辞退すると言っていたぞ。
Peter Flage, the show's assistant director, gave me the bad news. Wait, what? They dropped out?
アラン・メレビルの取り合いをしていて、つい先ほど全員辞退すると言って去っていった。
The emergency being they found out who the men are and no longer wanted anything to do with it. No, apparently it's Alan being Alan. Why didn't you try to stop them? I was ready to tear Peter's head off, but he just smiled and held up his camera.
私の仕事はこのカメラとやらを使って撮影することだからな。
But you're the director, your job is also to look after the talent. And you, Alan, what did you do? Why were they fighting over you?
いや、俺はただ警査員君に無視されていた女の子たちを慰めていただけだよ。
Comfort, yeah, right. Treating them like pieces of meat again, more like.
女の子を慰めるのはベッドが一番ってね。
Bloody incubus! Helen, can't you be normal for 5 seconds? Right? Alan, stop trying to feed for 5 seconds, please. God, you're so disgusting! And why were you ignoring the girls, Ryuki?
女なんて言った?
You two are infuriating, you know that. You two are completely infuriating.
視界に入っていなかっただけみたいだね。
But we're supposed to go live tonight.
ビネット、叫んだりしてどうした?
Why am I yelling? Because the Parasite 5 are getting on my nerves.
何か問題があった?
Mr. Snail and the producer, well...
ピーター君、もうカメラを回しているのか。頑張ってるな。
Is he filming me blowing up at those guys? Because, I mean, I guess probably that is good entertainment.
おかげでカメラの使い方はバッチリだ。電源も入れ忘れなくなったぞ。
I'm sorry, what? You didn't know how to use the camera before? I strongly suspect that Peter here is not a human either.
あとはそのカメラを逆さにすれば完璧だな。
Holding it upside down.
ふむ、また逆に持っていたか。
何かトラブルでもあったのか？
Yes, well, it would appear that the entire female cast has quit.
辞退？
なんで？
Because Alan is Alan. That's why they would do it. Well, one of the men started hitting on them, they all started fighting over him, and this is the result.
破綻した瞬間はカメラで撮っておいたぞ。
And you filmed it, Peter, okay. Well, you should have put the camera down and tried to stop them.
おお、撮ってたのか。偉いな、ピーター。じゃあそれを流して番組の方向性を初回から変えることにしよ
What?
う。だって面白いじゃないか。そういう映像こそ視聴者が求めているものだよ。できれば本番で撮りたかったぐらいさ。
So then they're now going to make use of the fact that they all quit.
なるほど。確かに番組内で起きそうな事件ではあるか。
ってことで、その破綻現場をイントロとして流して、その後新番組を始める。
Is the new concept teaching these 5 men how not to be trash? Because I guess that's what I'm trying to do anyway.
名付けて問題ばかりの婚活男子をトップブライダルアドバイザーが立派なメンズに育てます。これでどうだ。
Okay, he has a better way of describing that.
何その番組面白そう。俺も見てみたいな。
You're going to be in it, not watching it, Raoul. Dang it, yeah, dang it, Raoul, you're in it.
代役にプロの女優とかを使ってやらせだと思われても困るしね。彼女たちにはこちらからも謝罪と確認をするよ。ビジョンが見えてきたぞ。いいんじゃないかな。
Seriously? I didn't feel great about any of this, but I figured if the producer was fine with it, it would all be fine. Maybe. Oh yeah, Lynette seriously needs a drink. And like possibly like a spa weekend. I should go and apologise to the women myself. Maybe I can help them out in the future to make up for everything. Okay, well, are all of you okay with whatever this is?
俺はそれでいいよ。君がいいと思うなら。
Gil is 100% okay with this as long as Lynette is here.
俺も構わないよ。
我が社としても彼女たちに事前に確認を取ってもらえれば問題はない。
私のクライアントも大丈夫だと言っています。
Surely, with Mr. Snail being there, you'd be able to see him texting Owen, right? Ryuki?
僕は仕事できればいいから。
Typical Ryuki response. Then I guess there's no problem.
計算員3名。そこは計算員くんって呼んでくれない？
Huh? Are you talking to me?
彼かわいいし、他のメンズはそう呼んでるじゃない。
Ryuki has a boy next door thing going on? I don't think so. Uh-huh. I didn't feel too comfortable with that since I was his advisor and all. In the midst of his skincare routine, he glanced at me.
別に僕はどっちでもいいし、好きに呼べば。
Then I'll give it a try, I guess.
いい いねいいね、そういう感じ。きっと番組見てファンも増えるわよ。
Right? Just imagining that, like, just Owen and Snail just sort of, while standing next to one another, just texting each other as they try and pretend that Monsieur S is someone completely different. Like, only if he can stop carpet bombing people with his mist and judging people's faces. As I thought about it, I decided it might be for the best there weren't any other female members here. Yuki would probably start ignoring them right off the bat. They might be less than human until the very end. I guess the producer has already settled on a title. The Boys to Married Men, the greatest love coach's greatest challenge. Which meant the show would be assessing my own skills as well. That basically means that the show is literally just what Lynette was already doing. This is giving me a stomachache. I thought about taking some of that stomach medicine Yuki's previous advisor used. Suddenly, a cup of water appeared at my side.
はい、どうぞ。探してたのこれでしょ?
I think Lynette needs something stronger, Gil. Gil, thank you. Come to think of it, back when we were roommates, Gil always managed to pick up on exactly what I needed in any given moment. I think it's kind of unfair that everyone's branded him as the lovelorn parasite. I should either try to get him and Clarice together, or help him find a new love. I took the medicine and washed it down with the water Gil gave me. I was prepared for the impending live broadcast. Sometime later. Parasite House, a collaboration between Cupid Corp and Lost York TV, was set to premiere. Like, I can't believe they're literally calling it Parasite House.
番組の司会は僕、みんなのボンバーチャーリソンがお送りします。今日から始まる新番組、テーマはなんと婚活だ。ワオ！みんな、婚活って言葉は知ってるかい？マリージハンティングとも言うよな。サバンナで竜の群れを襲う肉食獣のように幸せな結婚生活を狩るんだ。
This presenter certainly is a personality.
僕には必要ないさ。一生独り身って決めてるからね。でもレディーたちの熱いアプローチ。話がそれたな。とにかくこの番組では婚活がテーマだ。予定では婚活男女がシェアハウスするはずだったんだけど、今日の昼間こんなことがあってな。
アランさんは私に愛してるって言ったのよ。
Oh, we get to see the incident now.
いいえ、私よ。彼の枕に選ばれたのは私よ。なんですって？
I do like this music track though.
アランさん、誰が本命なの？
Absolutely none of you, I'm sure.
ごめんね。全員が全員本命じゃないよ。俺が好きだったのは他人に恋する君たちだったからね。
最低
Exactly. Alan, you suck. Oh, someone slaps him. Good on her.
こんなことがあって 一気に女子メンバーは脱落。あっという間に男子メンバーだけになったんだ。噂でもみんな彼以上のクセ者だらけだって話だ。果たしてこの番組はどうなる？みんな目をしっかりと上げて最終回まで見ててくれ。
Eccentric is putting it mildly.
それじゃあ行ってみよう。 Cupid Corporation Presents Parasite House Star。 今回の番組の舞台はこちら。この部屋で失敗続きの婚活イケメン男子たちが婚活を成功させるために奮闘するよ。
They're going to fight, huh?
彼らの講師はもちろん Cupid Corporation のトップブライダルアドバイザー。
Hi there, I'm Lynette Mirror, the Cupid Corporation's top bridal advisor.
なんと彼女は CC 史上最年少でアドバイザーのトップに上り詰めたやり手の女の子らしいんだ。
I mean, it's not like the company's been around for that long.
素敵な恋と結婚をしたいみんな、キューピッドコーポレーションで縁結びを頼んでみよう。お次はギルラブクラフト。
はい、こんにちは。ギル・ラブクラフトです。
彼は昔の失恋を引きずりまくりの失恋パラサイトさ。素敵な恋で古傷を癒せるといいな、ボーイ。
Love how everyone assumes that he broke up with someone. And it's not like they were together in the first place.
頑張ります。
お次は S 氏。なんと代理人を立ててのサーカー。こいつは厄介の匂いがブンブンするぜ。
どうも S 氏の代理人オーウェン・ヘリオットです。
Miss Your Ass, actually be here, please. Please.
噂によると彼はチーパラサイト。自分の地位が一番大事だって話だ。代理を立ててやっているのもそのためだって話だぜ。番組中に本人登場なんて展開もあるかも。
And he literally is here.
お次は検査員 F リュウキ。無口で冷ややかな目つきがチャーミングなファッションボーイ。彼は外見パラサイト。顔面偏差値が優れていないと話してももらえないらしいぜ。スタジオにいてよかったよ。お次はアラン・メルビル。
はーい、どうもアラン・メルビルです。
さっきも登場した彼はなんと役立つパラサイト。他人の女じゃないと触手が動かないらしいぜ。
I suppose it's a good thing to tell everyone right off the bat what kind of a person Alan is.
恋してる女の子たち、俺のテクに興味があるなら9番街ラグジュアリーピローでいい夢見させてあげるよ。
いきなり役立つパラサイトぶりが発揮されてる。でも法に触れるのだけはごめんだよ。放送できないからね。
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure it'll be really obvious who Gil likes. Great. To anyone on the outside.
さんお待ちかね。エンタメ好きの Guys and Ladies ならご存知、シリウッド俳優のラール・アコニット。
Is it really okay to... Is it really okay with his agent that we're, you know, gonna use his Parasite nickname and tell everyone out there what he's like?
Hi.
スタジオのみんなも大興奮だ。テレビの前の君たちも待ってたんじゃないかい。
The celebrity draw for the show?
ラウル・アコニットはあの大ヒット映画ラクダに乗った女神の最新作への出演が発表されたばかりだ。しかしそんなイケメンシリウッド俳優よりもパラサイトぶりがあるという噂だ。一体何パラサイトなのかはお楽しみに。
Okay, so actually, they're not... Despite giving everyone else's Parasite nicknames, apparently we're not going to give Raoul. Maybe that was part of the stipulation for his agent.
それでは CM を挟んだらアップタイム。みんなに自己紹介してもらうよ。チャンネルはそのまま。
Oh boy, time to see how the Parasite 5 make fools of themselves on TV. We managed to get through the first 5 minutes at least. Just the next 25 minutes of the first episode to go. During the commercial break, I let out a deep sigh of relief. We've only made it this far thanks to the bombastic bomber chorizo. Okay, so if we're 5 minutes in and we're having a commercial break, this is definitely America. I mean, I guess that was fairly obvious with being Lost York, but... The big problem now are the introductions after the break. Everyone will be taking turns talking to the camera. I have to keep an eye on them, and hopefully nothing bad happens. Wait, they'll be filming in our rooms! Everyone, get moving!
では CM が終わるぞ。みんな準備はいいな。
I can see a familiar looking image on the wall back there that appears to be the box art.
Hi.
About 95 more commercial breaks to go. Yes.
3、2、1、アクション。
チャンネルそのままの良い子の君たち。今度はパラサイトハウスのみんなに喋ってもらうよ。それではパラサイトハウスにいる皆さん、自己紹介いってみよう。
With Bomber Chorizo's transition, and returned to me. Script said the introductions would start with me, so even though I'm super nervous, I opened my mouth and started to speak. I'd like to introduce myself one more time. My name is Lynette Mirror, and I'm the top bridal advisor for Cupid Corp. I see myself as a modern-day Cupid, and I want to help everyone find love. I'll do my very best over the next month.
頼もしいお姉さんだね。果たしてみんなは恋できるのか。ところで部屋がさっきと変わってるね。
Oh, yes I am. This is the room where Gil, Raoul and Alan will be staying.
なかなか快適そうじゃないか。シェアハウスうまくいくといいな。では次、婚活メンズ自己紹介いってみよう。
So, like, are there other beds in this room apart from that double? Or...
こんにちは。ギル・ラブクラフトです。普通に婚活やってたつもりなんですけど、いつの間にか失恋パラサイトなんて名前で呼ばれるようになっちゃって。確かに俺は大学の頃に失恋した彼女にまだ恋してますが、きっと振り向いてもらえなくて。待って、俺公共の電波で何言ってんだ。
いいね、一途な恋。でもストーカーに変身なんてなったらシャレにならないぞ。
Yeah, what he said. Don't turn into a stalker, girl.
相手が喜ぶことだけしていたいから、そこは一番気をつけてます。彼女に振り向いてもらえるのが一番だけれど、でもそれだけじゃダメかなって思って婚活始めたのも事実なんで。新しい恋をしろってみんなにも言われてるので、婚活頑張りたいと思ってます。
Since you're already kind of a stalker though. Right.
願望二度言ったね。よっぽど好きなんだな。テレビの前の皆さん、一途な恋をしたけりゃ彼がお相手にぴったりだ。じゃあせっかくだからテレビの向こうにアピールタイム。
アピール？そうだな。家事も仕事も全部俺がやります。好きな人には生きていてもらえたら幸せだし、笑顔があれば何でも頑張れるから。実はなるべくそばに一緒にいたいから、勤務時間が自由になる今の仕事を選びました。今は肝心の相手がいないんですけど。
No.
でも養うとなると今の仕事じゃダメかな。俺フリーエディターなんですけど、まだそこまで。
Neil, you should stop talking now. You're digging a very deep hole.
でも好きな人が家にいてくれたらどんな仕事だって頑張れると思うんです。自分だけの時間とか俺はいらないから。
I kind of feel bad for girls sometimes. Gil would be suffocating to date. Yeah, kind of a little bit, right?
家にいて稼げる仕事って何だろう。あ、栽培とか。
Hey, I know you're dedicated, but maybe find a job that isn't illegal? You don't want to wind up in jail, do you? Wait! Gil, what were you suggesting growing? Gil? What? Gil? Excuse me? There are other things you can do from home. Like the job you already have. You definitely don't need to grow illegal substances. Did I read this entire line? I don't remember. Hey, I know you're dedicated, but maybe find a job that isn't illegal? You don't want to wind up in jail, do you? Next up is Raoul. You'll get off the camera.
俳優のラウル・アコニットです。趣味は神話についての文献を読むこと、討論や考察かな。今日はみんなに見てもらいたくて、俺の家から石像を持ってきたんだ。カメラさん、そっち映して。
Seriously, Raoul? Oh no, I forgot about his statue.
これは俺が特注で作ってもらったネプチューン像なんだ。みんなオリュンポス12神のことは知ってる？
You personally commissioned that, Raoul? You personally commissioned that?
ギリシャ神話に出てくる十二神のことなんだけど、ローマ神話ではリーコンセンテスと呼ばれていて、数ある話の中でも特に彼らのエピソードが好きで、でも俺が神話に目覚めたきっかけがそこってだけで、北欧神話や日本神話やエジプト神話も結構いけるよ。というか神話って意外と共通点があって、そこからまた新しい発見があるのがいいんだよね。洪水の話から古代文明のあった時代とかが分かっ
Lots of cultures mention a great flood. That's actually true. There's a lot of mythologies with the great flood in them. There's a podcast I listen to called Spirits, and they did a whole episode on it. Wow, isn't that fascinating? Thanks for those incredible historical tidbits. Now please stop and get off the camera, Raoul. I'm sure you're all familiar with Raoul Aconite, the action star, but he's got a smart side too.
ということで、彼が何パラサイトかの答えは趣味パラサイトでした。いや、何の話か全然わからなかったぜ。
Okay, now we're bringing up his parasite nickname. He just can't get enough when it comes to ancient myths, and we can't wait to hear more about it. Now let's move on to Alan.
はい、アラン・メルビルです。さっき紹介された通り、恋している女の子が好みなんだ。
Their goal is to break him of that extremely bad habit by the end of the series.
それと、枕選びが得意なんだ。枕の高さで寝心地は変わるからね。だからぜひ俺に会いに来て。添い寝して枕を選んであげる。恋する女の子にはサービスするよ。
Yes, well, we're going to do our very best to fix this thieving parasite. Anyway, let's move on to the next room. Here we have Ryuki and Owen, Monsieur S's representative. Company President Shelby Sale is also here to keep an eye on them. Owen, as his representative, please fill us in on all of Monsieur S's positive traits.
はい。クライアントの代理で今回参加させていただきましたオーウェン・ヘリオットです。以上です。
Great, but could you tell us about some of his hobbies? Or his preferences when it comes to women?
趣味は SS でいること。特技は短時間睡眠、仕事だそうです。
His special skill is that he requires little sleep. Well, that makes sense as to why he wanted a meeting at 5 a.m. Positive traits, he's a good worker. Yep.
女性の好みは特にないそうですが、SS で居続けるために仕事への理解、補助を求めているそうです。
SS ってなんだい？
SS ランクのことです。最高の地位にいることにしか興味がなく、無意に時間を過ごしているような人とは。
So it sounds like he's a pretty serious guy who cares about social standing. He wants to keep growing and advancing in life, huh? Well, I hope he's able to fall in love with someone who can help him with that someday. Now let's move on to Ryukun.
計算員 F 龍家よろしく。
He actually talked, but that might have been the worst introduction ever. I don't know. There was Alan's. Although Alan's was good as a introduction, I suppose. Just it wasn't a good one. A fun fact, Ryuki-kun is the youngest guy here. Anyway, on to the interview. So, do you have any hobbies or things you're into?
納豆
Oh, so you like natto, a classic Japanese dish. Actually, Ryuki-kun is originally from Japan. He's come all the way here to Lost York to further his career as a designer. He's got the super artistic sensibility and and as you can see, he's happy to hit you with some hydrating mist if you're looking dehydrated. Yeah, Lynette trying to sugarcoat everything about these idiots, right? Lynette's like, I need to make sure these guys don't embarrass us on national TV. Hopefully he'll reveal a few of his skincare routine secrets as the series goes on. Okay, that concludes the introductions. Back to you, Obama.
OK お姉さんありがとう。なかなか癖の強いメンバーだったね。でもこれじゃあ魅力が伝わったとは言い難いよな、スタジオのみんな。ということだ。ではみんな次は魅力のアピールタイム。筋肉勝負だ。ハンティングには必要だろ。
Huh? That was unexpected. Out of nowhere, Bomber had improvised a segue into a totally different segment. For whatever reason, the guys all decided to follow his lead and started taking off their clothes to show off their muscles. Hey, it's fan service time! Yep, let's go look at those muscles. Raoul should be ripped from carrying that statue. Mmm.
まあいざという時に女の子に見せられる体でいたいからね。
体型を整えるのは最低限の身だしなみでしょ。
鍛えてなくてごめんなさい。
You don't work out, Gil? You got some pretty decent arm muscles for not working out, dude.
いやギル、君のその細マッチョ感も悪くないぜ。
Well, yeah, they all look pretty skinny. You can see some arm muscle going on a little bit. We need to get to Raoul because he's definitely got some, right?
細マッチョ。
で、応援はなんで脱がないんだい？
私はただの代理ですから。
Aww, you're not gonna show us your muscles, Owen.
ダメ。代理でもアピールタイムなんだから魅力を見せなきゃ。
ですが、お見せするようなものでもありませんし、私は社長と違って運動もしておりませんから。
お宅の社長っていうと監視役のシェルビー社長？
Oh?
そんなにムキムキなの？
Mr. Snail's got muscles?
日々水泳で体を鍛えていらっしゃいます。
わお、ストイックだね。
経営者たるもの当然だ。
じゃあせっかくだし、社長も脱いでみようか。
Yes! Let's make Mr. Snail show off his muscles too.
は？
パラサイトファイルなのに脱いでいるのが4人なんてつまらないだろ。番組のために代理の代理ってことで筋肉見せてよ。
そういうことならば仕方あるまい。
I bet Owen said what he said just to make it so that Mr. Snail had to join it. And I appreciate that.
これは予想以上にナイス筋肉。いいね。Good.
Yeah, Okay, I think we've got more muscles going on over there. But I can see the edge of brow walls now.
そしてお待ちかねのラウルアコニットの筋肉はどうかな。カメラさん行ってみちゃって。
Ah, yes.
Exciting! こいつはすげえ。さすがアクションも自らこなすシリウッド俳優ラウルアコニットだぜ。
There we go. Man, I expected him to have slightly more muscles than that. With that statue and all.
で、そのポーズはなんだい？
What's with that pose? It looks familiar. I think he's imitating a statue.
もちろんパンクラチオンだよ。
Pancration.
は
パンクラチオン、古代ギリシャのスポーツだよ。格闘技って言った方がいいかな。レスリングやボクシングとも似ているんだけれど、古代ギリシャ時代の壺や支配などでも描かれていて、出土品からその様子を学び知ることができるんだ。ぜひ興味のある人は博物館に行ってみて。
Yeah, I knew it was imitating a pose that was on something.
ちなみにパンクラチオンの起源は諸説あるんだけれど、テセウスがミノタウロスと戦った時に使ったのがパンクラチオンだとも言われてるね。
Ah. I see.
ああ、テセウスというのはアテーナイの王
Here we go!
アテウスの子供だというのが一般的な認識なんだけど、別説でポセイドンの子だとも言われていて、英雄的な。
オッケーオッケー。すごい優秀な格闘技だってよくわかったぜ。他のみんなはなんか運動してる？
Bomber for cutting him off.
俺は特にやってないかな。ベッドの上の運動なら得意だけれど。
I'll learn.
おっと、いきなりのセクシーアピールだ。今朝インクはどうかな？
僕も最低限のストレッチぐらいしかしてないよ。汗かいて必死にやる運動なんて美しくないでしょ。ピラティスや岩盤浴に行ってリンパの流れを適切に整えるぐらいで十分だよ。
当たり前にやるその努力、ストイックだね。
みんな何かしら努力してる。俺もなんかやらないとダメかな。筋肉あった方が彼女を守れるよね。
I wonder if all the girls' muscles come from doing housework. That's probably his main exercise, right?
俺決めた。この番組中に筋トレします。
I don't think you're going to get jacked in a month, girl. Set more realistic goals.
おう、ナイスだね、キル。その努力、最高だぜ。それじゃあ、早速みんなで筋トレを。ああ、残念。もうお別れの時間だ。
This is all the time. So for episode 1, it was just introductions and man service.
ということで、初回のパラサイトハウス。ここまでみんなどうだったかな？これから1ヶ月間、彼らはここで婚活トレーニングしてもらう予定さ。来週にはどんなメンズに成長してるかな？みんなぜひその目で彼らの成長を見てくれよ。ボンバーチョリソーでした。バイ。
Well, that was certainly something. They have topless sprites. Yes. Yes.
ああ。
みんなどうしたんだ。生放送は終わったぞ。
あ、いや、分かっている。むしろ分かったせいで、なんというか、妙に冷静になってな。
You're realizing what happened, by which you mean you're realizing that you just stripped on live TV.
俺たち服脱いで何やってんだろうみたいな。
別に肌ぐらい服を作るときとか採寸で見せるでしょ。
Ryuki's just like, whatever.
そうそう。それに古代ギリシャにおいて運動するときは必ず全裸になってたし。
I guess we should be glad that Raoul only took his shirt off.
女の子と同じ夢を見るときはいつだって脱ぐじゃない。
Right, but we don't want any of you catching a cold, so maybe you could put your clothes back on now.
なあ。
While the guys were getting dressed, I pulled out my phone to see what people were saying about the first episode. Let's see. Search for Parasite House. I see she's now got it as a pin search. Raoul fangirl there. Parasite House lets me watch Raoul Aconite whenever I want. Whenever I want to. I love it. Whoa, seriously? It's actually getting a lot of hits. Apparently a famous Instagrammer had live streamed the whole thing. Now Instagram was full of posts talking about the show. Parasite House is so friggin' awesome. Yuki is so cool. The advisor probably doesn't know what to do. Right. Raoul was born to be on TV, and that one girl definitely knows how to play it off him. Wow, it's way more popular than I expected. It's probably thanks to Raoul being on the show. Having a famous actor is good for viewership, it turns out. Raoul was getting the most mentions, but I saw plenty of posts talking about the other members too. Leaving Parasite? What the heck? I'm starting to wonder about that pillow place. Killa's so damn cute! I wish I could experience that kind of romance myself.
番組の反響を見ているのか。
The advisor has no clue. Could be taken in more than one way. Mr. Snail. I looked up to see the president walking towards me as he finished buttoning up his shirt. Here, check it out. It looks like we left a pretty good impression.
おう、本当だな。まずは一安心といったところか。
よかった。俺生放送中必死だったから何話したか全然覚えてないんだよね。
It's probably a good thing you don't remember what you said, Gil. You'll probably be very embarrassed by what you said. You're probably better off that way. I like how that. Exactly the same thought I had right now. You're wondering if there were any mentions of Snail Nick? Same. Just then I heard someone's phone ring. I assumed it was Alan as usual, but I was in for a bit of a surprise. Is it Raoul's agent calling him to tell him off for...
もしもし、何？
Oh, it's Ryuki.
テレビ見てたの？別に普通。
Oh, is that his sister? Ryuki seemed a little more open while he was on the phone with his sister. They must have a pretty good relationship. That's right, his profile sheet did mention he had an older sister. I was thinking that might be a good topic of conversation with Ryuki, when I suddenly heard a loud yawn right next to me.
ねえ、そろそろ寝ない？
Is it bedtime for Owl?
ああ、もうこんな時間か。
成長ホルモンの出るシンデレラタイムに寝ないとお肌に悪いしね。
うん。
俺もほっとしたらなんだか眠くなってきちゃったよ。
They had a point. I was practically asleep on my feet. The show had run past midnight, which was plenty late for me.
ひとまず反省などは明日にするとして、今夜は解散するとしよう。
Yeah, because the show was like 30 minutes starting at midnight, right? So it's pretty late. Thanks everyone. Oh, I already emailed you, but we have another workshop tomorrow at the Cupid Corp office. Please don't be late.
13時からだよね。覚えてるよ。
知られざるギリシャ神話のセミナーだっけ？
No, Raoul! It's a seminar to discuss how on earth I'm supposed to get you guys married. No, it's a workshop on asking women out and good first dates. The instructor is coming in again, so don't blow it off.
楽しみにしてるよ。じゃ、お疲れ様。
Otsukare indeed.
お疲れ様、リネット。
Everyone went their separate ways. One went for a bath, another went to drink in the living room. They just do as they please. I think that's fine though. At least it means I don't have to look after them all the time. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure, Lynette? Oh. I sometimes feel like we're babysitting these boys. I barely managed to hold back a yawn. As I was about to head to my room, someone grabbed my arm from behind.
リネット。
Oh, of course it's Alan. Go away, Alan. I heard a voice that actually sounded kind of nervous. I turned around to find Alan standing there. Alan, is everything okay? I was surprised to find him apparently at a loss for words. He just smiled at me suggestively.
ちょっと、こっち来てくれない？
Hmm?
ほら、ちょっと試してみてよ。
Okay. Wait, what are you...
いいから、じっとして。
I don't like this. Nope, I don't like this. Nope. He brought me to my bedroom and tossed me onto my bed, and then... What? Wait, what the heck? Waiting for me was the softest pillow I'd ever felt. What the heck? This pillow! It fits the shape of my head perfectly.
気がついてくれた？最高級の羽毛を使って作ってるんだ。
Read that restraining order indeed.
君に使ってもらいたくて持ってきたんだ。どう？気持ちいいでしょう。
Thank you for the pillow. Now please leave my room. You're talking about the pillow, right?
そう、枕が。
I don't know, it looks like he's got his arm under her head as well. Helen snickered softly, then ran his fingers through my hair. He He's not wrong. The pillow really is surprisingly comfortable. But still, he threw me on the bed and then started hovering over me, with no chance for me to escape. It felt like a cheap trick.
どう？気持ちいい？
I can't really concentrate on the pillow itself. Maybe you should get off me.
正しくフィットしてるか確認しなきゃダメでしょ？君の可愛い肩が浮いていないかとか、顎の角度とかさ。天井に対して平行になっているか、妙な角度がついていないか、それが安眠のためには大切なんだ。
Alan needs to be educated on the concept of personal space. Yep. Also social distancing, Alan. Then you really do need to move, right? How else can you tell I'm parallel?
こうして俺の目を見れば、正しく上を向けているか、わかるでしょ？
Alan narrowed his eyes the tiniest amount and took my chin in his hand. Excuse me, dude. Hands off. I couldn't deny the allure of the way he moved his fingers. My heart skipped a beat. But in the end, I didn't need to worry. Nothing happened. He really was just measuring the angle of my chin. What the heck is going on? Even though a man had just come in and thrown me down on the bed, I didn't feel like I was in any danger. The romance movies Aunt Minerva had shown me had scenes just like that. Watching those moments always made my heart race. And yet this was completely different from that. The way he was touching me was romantic, but the expression on his face was like a technician making a detailed measurement. It was obvious he wasn't trying to make a move on me. There was simply no way to misunderstand the situation at this point. After all, he's the thieving parasite, right? He only goes for girls that are already in love. But just because of the way he acts, women must think he's hitting on them anytime he touches them in any way. I really would like him to get off of me now, though. I turned my gaze back to him and noticed that he'd inched just a bit closer. What are you doing?
安眠のためにリラックスさせてあげようと思ったんだよ。ね?
Excuse me? Excuse me, what was that kissing noise about? Excuse me? He gave a small laugh and kissed my ear playfully. His touch tickled and I couldn't stop myself from squirming a bit. Seeing my reaction, Alan began grinning from ear to ear. Damn you, Alan! Of course the thieving parasite had plenty of experience with women. I'm sure he'd done this exact same thing to other members. But I'm his advisor, and a goddess to boot. I wasn't about to let him toy with me that easily. Okay, I get how great the pillow is. Now can you please get out? I have to get up early tomorrow.
ねえ、君ってこっちの経験はあるの？
I'm sorry? Like, what kind of a question is that? I'm not so naive to have no idea what he was talking about. I'd heard all about stuff like this in college. But as far as direct experience goes, I can't say that I do. I was always so busy connecting others, I'd never thought about myself. It was just too much to do, I couldn't get sidetracked. Besides, I'm Cupid. I neither need nor desire anything like that.
未経験なんだ。
Alan, get out! You didn't even let me answer.
顔を見ればわかるよ。でも知らないなんてもったいないな。
Alan?
あんなに気持ちがいいのに。
Alan? Get out!
だからさ、せっかくのシェアハウスなんだし、パラサイト5の誰かと寝てみない？もちろん俺以外で。
Alan, stop trying to hook me up with one of the others so that you can then try What?
俺は他人の恋人にしか手を出す気はないから、今の君にはそそられないしさ。ギルあたりなんて風呂上がりにベッドに潜り込めば一発だと思うけど、どう？試してみない？
I mean, Alan, you're right that it would be very easy if you picked Gil, but no. He just kept spouting ridiculous nonsense like that, so I smacked him on the forehead. Ah, yes. Yes, he deserved that. Don't look so surprised, you deserved that, Alan. Where do you come up with crap like that?
俺の性癖は最初に説明したでしょ?
Alan rubbed his forehead in annoyance and finally climbed off of me. He stood beside my bed. I glared at him and got under my covers. Yeah, you have, and it's my job to fix that, anyway. Ugh. It's late, so please go back to your own room. It really was late. I've always been an early riser, and I could feel my eyelids getting heavier and heavier. I can't deny how nice this pillow feels, though. I noticed just how soft and fluffy it was, and I couldn't resist its attempts to draw me into slumber. Make sure Alan's outside of your room before you fall asleep. Lynette! Lynette! I'm just too sleepy. Good night. Be ready for the workshop tomorrow. That was the last thing I managed to say before falling into a deep sleep. Hope we don't wake up with Alan beside us. Yep, same. Like, I hope he actually left. The next morning. Okay, I guess he didn't stick around. I woke up early to make breakfast for everyone, but upon arriving at the living room, I smelled something delicious. I'm guessing Gil is already on it.
あ、おはよう。まだ寝てていいのに。
What's cooking, Gil? Gil, did you make breakfast?
あ、うん。久しぶりに君にご飯を作れる機会だと思ってさ。
Gil is taking the best route to someone's heart through their stomach. As his strategy here.
君、パンプディングが好きだったよね。今作ってるからちょっと待ってて。
Bread pudding? For breakfast? Alright. As he said that, Gil brought over a pot of coffee he'd apparently just finished brewing.
はい、ちょうどコーヒーも入れてたんだ。よかったら一足先に飲んで待ってて。
Thank you, but I don't mind helping out, you know. We used to be roommates, but right now I'm the advisor and Gil's my client. I'd planned on cooking for my roommates as long as the show was going.
俺がやりたくてやってるんだ。だから気にしないで。
Well, Gil, as long as you're willing to cook for everyone and not just her, then I don't think there's going to be a problem.
むしろほら、普段は一人分しか作らないし、大勢の料理作るなんていいなーなんて、ちょっとワクワクしてたくらいなんだ。
Gil smiled brightly as he continued preparing breakfast in the kitchen. I wonder why exactly Gil can't get married. Any woman would gladly date a guy as devoted as this. I don't know, he could be a little too much. But I mean, he can cook. That's a positive. Still, as good as he is at entertaining, His lost love keeps interfering with him finding a new love. Lovelorn Parasite. I remember back when Clarice, Gil, and I lived as roommates. He always looked anxious whenever Clarice was there in the morning. Probably because he wanted to be alone with you, Lynette. He seemed fine when Clarice stayed out all night. But if she was there in the morning, he would act really nervous. That's probably because Clarice was completely onto him. Gil might be trying to hide it, but I think this lost love involves Clarice. No. Lynette. I mean, I know it's really hard to tell when you're the subject. Sometimes, so... Yeah, she's been thinking Clarice is the lost love for a while. I have to try to use today's workshop to help him move forward. I wanted to find love again. He did find love again, because he bumps into you again. While I was lost in my thoughts, the door to the living room opened and everyone came rushing in.
Ohayo. いい匂いだね。
味噌汁ある？
ああ、昨日オーウェンに具材を手配させた。そこの引き出しに入っているから見てみてくれ。みんな、よく眠れたか？
Find love again, he didn't lose you. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
バッチリ。結構いいベッド使ってるよね、この家。
I really hope you slept in your own bed, Alan. Please, Alan's roommates, please inform me if Alan was in his own bed.
シングは質の良い睡眠に欠かせないからな。
どれだけ質のいい睡眠でも睡眠時間が短いと意味ないと思うけど、早朝からいなかったじゃん。
ああ、普段からあまり長く寝ないんだ。考えをまとめるためにランニングをしていた。起こしてしまったなら申し訳ない。
別にそれは気にならないからいいよ。だけどオーウェンの変なアラームどうにかならないの？不快なんだけど。
Okay, what's Owen's alarm? I want to know. What kind of alarm could it be? Yuki and Mr. Snail seemed to be getting along quite well. Their conversation was surprisingly natural. Both are shouldering the weight of a company or brand, different as they may be. Perhaps that's why they get along.
わ、もうみんな起きてきちゃった。もうすぐで朝ごはんできるから、そこ座ってて。
ああ、ごめん。俺ちょっと約束があって、外で食べてくる。
Alan, you're turning down Gil's homemade breakfast. Well, I mean, admittedly, it's not like Alan. Do Incubi eat food? I guess they maybe don't.
私も仕事があるので先に失礼する。
No, you're turning down. Breakfast is an important meal, Mr. Snail. You don't eat breakfast, Mr. Snail? No, Owen, not Raoul. Owen has a weird alarm.
「これで十分だ。
Mr. Snail took a jelly drink from the fridge and downed it in a matter of seconds. Mr. Snail, you shouldn't be living off energy jelly! I don't think that's good for you. He did it in one practiced movement, which made me think that was his usual breakfast meal.
ではリネット、彼らの指導を頼むぞ。
Oi, you should come back here because you're supposed to be
俺ももう
being
行くわ。昼には帰るから。
They're both gone already. Gil's such a good cook. It's a shame they didn't get a chance to try it. Well, maybe they'll eat in the evening, Lynette. I'd hoped they could at least have a quick bite. As I was lost in thought, I noticed an unusual odour. I guess it's time to see what Ryuki does in the morning. What's that smell?
Natto.
You eat natto in the morning?
へえ、これが噂の納豆か。食べてる女優多くて気になってたんだよね。結構強烈な匂いだね。食べてみたかったけど、やめとこう。でも味噌汁もらってもいい？和食、俺も食べてみたかったんだ。
Despite Raoul's apparent excitement, Gil seemed to be frowning. Yeah, because Gil's cooked for everyone. I mean, I'm still not sure about the concept of bread pudding for breakfast. But,
僕はいらない。そんな太る食べ物。
味噌汁とパンプディングって合う？
I doubt that, Raoul. I strongly doubt that miso soup pairs well with bread pudding.
合わないに決まってるでしょ。
じゃ、俺も今日はいいや。
Oh, poor Gil. No one wants to eat his breakfast. Is Owen still here? I'll have some. Thank you, Gil.
よかった。君が食べてくれるならそれだけで報われるよ。じゃあすぐよそってくるね。
But what are we gonna do with all the rest of it? Gil radiated relief as he went back to the kitchen. Beside me were two guys eating a classic Japanese-style breakfast. Alan had gone out to eat. Owen, possibly feeling a little apprehensive, said he'd buy his own breakfast later.
ごちそうさま。じゃあ俺も稽古行ってくるよ。
僕ももう行く。今日は新作の納品があるから。
Gil was still in the kitchen as Raoul and Ryuki got up to leave for work. It's so obvious that they don't have a cooperative bone in their bodies. Will it really be possible to get to the finale with a share house like this? It'll be a miracle if we manage to complete this month together. Still, it should help them find love. How? How is this supposed to help? After all, marriage itself is all about two people with different values making a life together. Oh, okay, so it's about living with other people in general. I guess that helps, maybe.
はい、お待たせ。パンプディングブレックファーストです。
Well, at least one person's happy with how this morning turned out. Because now Gil gets to eat with Lynette. Thank you, Gil. If they can become more cooperative, it will definitely help their search for love. I have to give it my all with today's workshop. As I tried to hype myself up, I spooned bites of bread pudding into my mouth. The fluffy, sticky texture mixed together with the delightful flavour on my palate. I couldn't help but smile. I'm still not sure about bread pudding as a breakfast food.
意外と洗い物たくさん出たな。
Because, you know, from name alone, it is a pudding. So, you know, it's a dessert. Oh, wait. Okay, I guess this line isn't Gil's. Or are we in Gil's perspective? After everyone left for work, I started washing the dishes on my own.
まさかまた彼女と暮らせる日が来るなんて思わなかったな。
Yeah, I think we're in Gil's POV right now. I washed all the dishes and recalled her expressions as she ate. Nobody but her ate my cooking, so I'll probably be eating leftovers for lunch. But I was so happy I didn't even care.
彼女ほんと美味しそうに食べるんだよな。ほっぺを膨らませてもぐもぐして、俺料理できてよかった。相変わらず俺の気持ちには全然気づいてくれないけれど。
Lynette is the same as she was in college. She's aware of other people's love, but she doesn't notice anything aimed at her. She always seems totally disinterested, as if love isn't an option for her too. She always thinks about others, but never herself. She's different like that. Maybe that's why I can't get her out of my head.
ナンパされた時だっていつも隣にいるクラリスだけが目当てだと勘違いしてたもんな。
Oh, so Clarence wasn't actually as popular in college as Lynette thought, huh? It was nice seeing those guys strike out, of course, but it sucks that she never noticed my feelings either. Still, I can't give up on her, and it's causing all kinds of problems.
だって彼女はきっと多分恋を知らないだけだから。
Yeah, just tell her your feelings, Gil. Build up the courage and just tell her. You're living with her for a month. You have an opportunity. Hopefully she'll realize what she's missing someday. Then maybe I'll stand a chance.
こんなんだからクラリスにいつも呆れた目で見られるんだよな。でも仕方ないよ。好きになったら簡単にその気持ちを忘れることができないんだ。
I'm honestly kind of looking forward to playing Gil's route. Just to see him finally get the courage to actually tell her. That would be kind of nice. As 1 o'clock rolled around. Amazingly, the Parasite 5 all showed up at the workshop suite together. Somehow they managed to follow directions when it comes to meeting up. Even the one that's just a representative. They could all use their jobs as an excuse to skip out, and yet here they were. If I could just fix their bad habits, they'd have no problem finding partners. But they've still got a long, hard road ahead. Yuki's lost in another skincare routine. Ellen's on the phone as usual. Oops, I accidentally hit the quick save button. Let's not do that. Raoul had his nose buried in another one of those thick books of his. I assumed it was something about mythology again. I think I made the right call asking them to arrive an hour before the instructor. I decided to sit down and talk with them in the meantime. I wanted to revisit their expectations for marriage. I mean, after all, I wouldn't have called that end... I was gonna say I wouldn't have called that end the dead end, but definitely a bad end, right? We're probably not actually locked into a route yet. I imagine that's just some of the... Just some. Actually, come to think of it, how are we doing? Love levels. So, apparently the questionnaire didn't actually affect any of these, and the only person that we have any points with is Mr. Snail. Press A to display love type.
Ludas. へえ、君も遊びの恋がいいんだ。神たちもよくメイクラブしてるし、楽しいもんね。
Yeah, we may have to pivot to Mr. Snail. Hello everyone. Before we start today's workshop, I'd like to have a quick interview with you.
面談ですか。
何でも聞いて。
Well, what I really want to ask you about is why you want to get married. Whenever we talk, I ask them what their ideal married life looks like, or what they want to get out of it. But I still haven't really figured out why each of them wants to get married. And until I know that, I can't really advise them. If you'd rather not answer in front of the others, we can sit down and talk one-on-one. How does that sound? Maybe because my tone was more serious than they were used to. They all looked around at each other nervously.
俺は別に隠すようなことじゃないからここで言うよ。恋する女の子に会いたかったからが理由かな。
I mean, having any of them find out I was the actual Cupid would probably be fun. Do you think we're going to actually have to get to 100? Maybe we don't need perfect marks. And Alan, that isn't a good reason to get married. If that's really true, then it's a violation of our contract and we'll have to terminate your membership.
ちょっと待った。今のはさすがに冗談だよ、おっかないな。
Because this is really important. Why did each of you choose to become a Cupid Corp member? It's not like our services are cheap. Many of our members are affluent, to say the least. So normally when someone signs up, they're serious about finding a lifelong partner. I looked straight at each of them in turn. Gil was the first one to speak.
俺はクリスマスの街を一人で歩いていたらなんか情けなくなっちゃって、このままじゃダメだって思ったんだ。いつまでも2年前の失恋引きずって未練ばっかで、そんな俺を見て友達も呆れてて、で極めつけはカップルだらけのクリスマスタウン。俺クリスマスは好きな子と一緒に街を歩いて、一緒にごちそう作ってプレゼント交換したりして、そんな日を過ごしたいんだ。それで入会したんだよ。
At least Gil realizes that he needs to work on some things. So that's why. Even knowing what a hopeless romantic Gil is, I was still genuinely surprised. But he did give us his all back in college too. It sounds like he may be experiencing the crystallization effect from Stendhal's De l'Amour. This effect refers to how when you think of someone when they're not around, your feelings grow stronger. But it can't replace the real thing, so you create an idealized image in your mind and fall in love with that instead. In order to reverse that crystallization, you just need to meet with the person you've been idealizing. Wait, but didn't Gil see Clarice just the other day? Maybe it was too brief for it to have an effect.
そこでまさか君と再会できるだなんて思ってもいなかったよ。君の就職先も知らなかったし。
Oh, he's being very obvious here.
だから恥ずかしいよ。婚活してるってバレた上に担当になってもらって、記憶より綺麗になってるし。
He's being very obvious. Come on, Gil. Come on, Gil. You can do it. You can do it. You can get through to her.
記憶より綺麗ね。
ギルは偉いな。結婚のことそんな真面目に考えたこと一度もなかったよ。
じゃあなんでラウルはここに？
俺は次の映画の稽古だよ。この会社にも許可もらってる。
Right? He only has one advisor. Surely, Lynette, surely.
そうだったんだ。そっか、結婚するつもりじゃなかったのか。
ま、恋を知ることができたらどうなるかわからないけどね。
What's about you, Ryuki? I know it's a personal question, but why did you join?
僕は姉が勝手に申し込んだから。
Ah, your sister is trying to get you married. Okay. She did?
僕の姉、ここで婚活して結婚してるんだよ。それで一流のデザイナーになるなら結婚も必須だって姉に言われて、おばあ様もそれがいいって言ったから、だからいるだけだよ。
So Ryuki's sister and grandmother, who's in charge of the Keisai-in brand, are basically forcing him to participate. I'd always wondered why he was so diligent about coming to these meetings, and now it had become clear. So then, you're not actually interested in getting married?
ないよ。それが何の役に立つかわからないし。でも姉が言うんだ。恋も知らないようじゃ、まだまだデザイナーとしては二流だって。
Not really sure why understanding love is relevant to fashion design, but I guess I'm not a fashion designer.
それに、おばあ様が無駄なことを言うはずがないから。
Although I'm wondering if his sister's real reason is just like wanting to find him someone that he likes, and she's just giving that reason maybe to get him to be on board with it. I don't know. Just as I thought, he's not actually interested in marriage yet. Right? Yeah, I'm not sure Lynette actually heard everything that Gil said, huh? I can't say it was that surprising though. Ryuki's only 19 years old after all. If anything, it was impressive that he'd keep coming to these meetings in the first place. But he still had room to grow. So, Owen, I know Monsieur S has relayed his stance on marriage to you, but could you remind me, in your own words?
すみません。契約上、お話しするのは難しく。
I think Monsieur S is my biggest hurdle at the moment. I just don't have any way to come up with a plan for him. You're up last, Alan. You said you were joking earlier, right? So what's your real reason?
普通に結婚したいから。じゃあダメ？
Sure, that's fine, but I don't get any sense of urgency from you. You don't seem motivated at all.
だよね。
So, are you actually serious about marriage?
思ってるさ。したいのに。でも俺の好みの女の子は知っての通り。だから一応焦ってここに来てるわけ。
Oh? So do you actually, realize that you need to be fixed? if you don't mind my asking, did something happen in your past that led to this preference of yours?
別にないよ。まあ随分昔に大好きだった家族みたいな子を奪われたことはあったけれど。
Could that be why his preferences took such a weird turn? One of the things I learned during college is that traumatic experiences can give birth to abnormal desires.
だからさ、君に1対1で恋することの素晴らしさを教えてほしいんだ。
あ、それ俺も知りたい。
The wonder of love. I'd love to be able to teach them that. After all, I'm supposed to be the goddess of love, right? But now that I think about it, I don't personally know what makes love so wonderful. I'd always seen matchmaking as part of my job. I've never actually fallen in love for myself. And Cupid, the goddess of love. That's why I bring people together. I realised I was so caught up in the idea that people had to fall in love, I never stopped to ask what love actually was.
ミラーさん?
Ah, sorry. I guess I was lost in thought. So, you want to know what makes love so great, right? Okay then. I'm going to teach you. It's the blind leading the blind. Oh no. Maybe I've never known love, but I've been Cupid for eons and seen countless people fall in love. I'm sure it'll be fine. But I guess now I understand why none of them are all that interested in marriage. Gil just wants to forget an old flame, Ryuki is being forced by his family, and Raoul says he's just researching a role. Monsieur S is doing it for his job, but that's still a mystery. Alan knows his fetish is a problem, but isn't trying to fix it. The wonder of love. Up till now, I've just been connecting people who seem compatible. This might be a tougher problem than I realised. Helping people fall in love, guiding them to marriage, and making sure the relationship lasts. That's a whole lot of hard work. But I have to do it. Otherwise, what right do I have to call myself Cupid? With renewed determination, I turned back to the Parasite 5.
でさ、エカテリーナ2世の像にはギリシャ神話の格好をしたものもあって、あれはただの茶目っ気だと言われているんだけど、別の見方もできて。
Everything will be fine. What could possibly go wrong, right?
あ、やっぱりギル、肌が乾燥してる。
え、何それ？肌の乾燥を調べる機械？そんなのあるんだ。美容系雑誌の仕事する
They're all
と
absorbed
参
in their
考に
own
なり
things
そう。
again, huh? Everyone was just doing whatever they wanted. So the instructor will be here in about 10 minutes. If you need to go to the bathroom, please do so now.
それより、そろそろゆっくり君と神話談義をしたいんだけれど、時間取れない？
No, Raoul! We have far more important business than that today. As we were arguing back and forth, the instructor arrived.
ということで、上手なデートコースの作り方は？
Miss Taylor busted out detailed illustrations and even video clips to explain her concepts to the men. But their overall attitudes didn't really seem any different from last time. Gil was paying close attention, and Owen was diligently taking notes. But although the others were technically listening...
初回でホテルや自分の家は NG？ でも相手がそれを望んだらいいよな。
Alan!
そうね。
合意の上ならいいかもしれないけれど、素敵な長続きする恋は芽生えそうにないわ。
はい先生、デート先に発掘現場はどうですか？
Only if she's into that Raoul.
土ぼこりと照りつける太陽。大抵の恋はそこで破局するでしょうね。
I clearly have very different opinions to Miss Dana.
というか、デートって何の意味があるの？
What's the point of going on dates, says Ryuki. Ryuki had a genuinely confused look on his face. I guess him actually asking questions is an improvement from last time.
あら？もしかしてあなた、デートの経験はなくて？
デートってそもそも何？
What even is a date? We've just been going over that, I'm pretty sure, in this class, Ryuki. Wait, is he seriously that far behind? It seemed that Miss Dana was as surprised as I was at Ryuki's lack of awareness.
あらあら、あらあら、あなた、デートしたことないのね。
Arara? Hmm?
男女で2人で出かけることなら仕事の納品でやったことあるけど。
Yeah, pretty sure that doesn't count as a date.
それはただの仕事よ。そうね、デートというのは男女がただ会うことを目的にあって遊ぶことかしら。
それはやったことない。
Never had fun or never done it with other people.
え、マジ？
そんなことして何の得があるの？
The benefit is
楽
it's
しい気持
fun.
ちになれるんだよ。と言っても、俺ももう何年もデートなんてしてないけど。
See, even Killa's gone on dates in the past.
そういえば俺もしてないな。うちの店に来てもらったばっかだし。
Yeah, I don't think what you do counts as dates, Alan.
でも確かに俺もそうかも。デートとかマネージャーにまずいって言われてるし。
Yeah, I guess Raoul has the problem of being a celebrity, kinda getting in the way.
あらあら、まあまあ、なるほど。それじゃあ確かにお勉強に身が入らないかもしれないわね。よし、わかったわ。あなたたちに必要なのは実践。ということで、彼女を相手にデートをしてみましょう。
Of course! Okay, yeah, you might be right then. Like, he might have gone places with Lynette and seen it as a date, but he might have gone on dates before he met Lynette, maybe. I can't believe we're going to have practice dates. Actually, I can believe it, because that definitely seemed where this was going. Miss Tina pointed right at me. Huh?
Hmm?
Gil's also like, what? You want them to go on a date with me?
そうよ。相手がいなきゃデートなんてできないじゃない？
But I'm their advisor, so... Huh? Actually, that might not be such a bad idea. Thinking about it, going on a date with a trained professional before normal women might be just the thing. If any of them went on a date with one of our other members right now, it would destroy my reputation for sure.
君とデートできるの？
Aw, Gil, you're so happy you get to go on a date with Lynette. Sure, if that's what you want, I'd love to help you practice. I can't inflict them on our other... inflict. Inflict. is the right word, Lynette. I can't inflict them on our other members and risk having them all abandon us.
それはやりがいがありそうだな。
Yeah, a trained professional who has no idea about relationships either. Exactly.
よかった。ようやく君と神話の話ができる。
Raoul's one-track mind continues. And well, I mean, I would have fun with that, but... But remember, this is just practice. If any of you step out of line, you'll get some very strict coaching right to the face. I bet that's specifically aimed at Alan. Alan, I will punch you. Hey, I'm not sure we're allowed to punch Raoul. That's probably bad for his career. Well, no, we can punch him, just not in the face. And Owen, this is extremely important, so please do whatever you can to get Matthias to show up in person.
かしこまりました。
How about you, Ryuki? Will you give it a shot?
いいよ。デザイナーとして僕も一流になりたいから。
He's still insisting on that. I guess he just has a bit more growing up to do. Unfortunately, he still seemed to view marriage as nothing more than a pit stop on his way to becoming a great designer.
そうと決まったら、おのおのデートコースをプランニングしてみてください。私がきちんと添削して差し上げましょう。ああ、でも彼女、デート相手には当日まで内緒にしましょう。その方がフレッシュな反応が見られていいはずだわ。
Oh no, they're planning their own dates. I am praying for them to take advice from Miss Tana, please.
ということで、アドバイザーさんはちょっと廊下に出てて、メンズと相談してみるわ。
Wait, but...
いいからいいから。サプライズも恋には大切なスパイスよ。
She might be right about that, but still... As their advisor, I wasn't convinced that I should leave her all alone in there with them. Lynette, it sounds less like you're their advisor and more like you're their babysitter. Still, it's definitely better for them to come up with plans without their potential date standing right there. Alright, well, if you're sure about this.
任せてちょうだい。
Miss Tana spent time with each of them to help them plan a proper date. And thus began the dates training phase of the Parasite 5. Oh, we're going into Ryuki POV. You know, since we just finished the scene and looking at the time, I think I'm gonna call it here for the night. So, thank you very much for coming. It's been fun. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, which is where I post the streaming schedule for the week. It's in my pinned tweet. Where was I? I lost track of where I was in the thing now. Once again, thanks for coming. And this is Kalla signing out. See you. Bye bye.